Now, how many of you have been to 3 schools in 3 continents within 3 years? That was me. It's been during my teenage years. So I was born and raised in Taiwan until I was at age of 14. And went to all school, middle school, where we had to wear a very ugly uniform down to your knee, and our hair all had to be cut no longer than 1 inch beneath your ears. So nobody wanted to stand out. We all have to look the same, act the same, except in academic. That's when you compete against each other. If you're the last 10 in your classroom, your teacher would tell you, get up on stage, here you are, next time I hope I don't see you after the next exam. So that's how strict school was. So when my mother told me at age of 14 that we're moving to Saudi Arabia, yes, the Muslim country, women can't drive or work. That's when my family decided to move because my father had been there for 5 years, and it's time to join my dad. So to me, it was a great liberation. No more ugly uniforms. I can grow my hair as long as I wanted to, and no more girls gossiping behind me because we stuck together all day long in the same classroom. So with the excitement of moving to a brand new country, I've never left my island until that time. But I didn't realize the new challenges. First of all, the country is a Muslim country. The men were wearing long robes, and suddenly I have to start wearing the dress code. Then my parents enrolled me into international school, where I had to learn English. Yes, because nobody speaks Chinese to me. And more differently was the school, because in Taiwan, we stay in the same classroom and the same teacher. But all of a sudden, I was given a schedule. I have to go to a different classroom and go to locker to open up the locker that I was so stressed out. I was more stressed out about that than learning English, by the way. Lunchtime was a whole nother story because their food I never smelled before. I only knew Taiwanese food. Rice was my staple. There were Indian food and sandwiches I'd never seen before. Then it comes to PE, because PE was not something we do in Taiwan, academic. So we have daily PE, and you have to go to locker room and shower. I've never showered in front of naked people, okay? Naked people. That's not my culture. Suddenly, I encounter what should I do, because you are supposed to take shower after PE. Saudi Arabia has temperature of 120 degrees. So after the PE class, you get pretty sweaty. So after literally 2 months, I finally able to adjust to the new requirement. But my refuge was friends. I was able to meet people from around the world. I didn't know people from India, Sweden, South America. It really opened up my new world. There's more than Chinese food and Chinese holidays. And the new religion that pray 5 times a day, in the middle of the day, I have to drop everything, going out the same way until the praying time is over, they can come back and shop more. So fast forward 2 years later, my family come to America. Yes, the land of freedom. I was so excited. We settled in this small town called San Luis Obispo, and there are no people look like me. After being a very diverse culture, it was a culture shock to me. I was looking for friends who might look like me or more cultural diversity. So I become a friend who are the only Indian, the only Iranian, and the only Mexican in my school. So what really saved me were my teachers. They come to me, Mr. Lopez, knowing that I have to learn Spanish on top of English, gave me extra tutoring. And Mr. Howard, who asked me to take out her son for school ballroom dancing. So I have some new experience in America. So what I learned is that 3 different continents, 3 different cultures. But if you are open, let yourself to experience new things, good things will happen. And most important of all, the teachers, they do care. They come to me and mentor me, and happy to say today I'm a clinical pharmacist and I'm married with beautiful children, and they are half Jewish and Chinese. They are proud of their Chinese and Jewish heritage. So I want to thank my parents for their courage to leave their comfort zone, to take a leap of faith, to leave my country and have brand new experience so I can become a more open-minded, living a more adventurous life. Thank you so much.